The Rock stunned the world with his much-awaited return to WWE at Bad Blood 2024 after several months of absence. The Final Boss's comeback has opened up new and more exciting doors for the Bloodline saga. The Final Boss did not utter a word after his return at the PLE. He stood on the entrance ramp and set his eyes on Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Jimmy Uso. Before leaving, the Great One counted to 3 on his fingers and made a slit-throat gesture. With his gesture, Rocky made it clear he was back for a purpose, but he may misuse his power to suspend a Bloodline member. Many believe The Rock is the real mastermind behind the Bloodline 2.0. The heel faction lost momentum after Solo Sikoa took over as tribal chief. While the 31-year-old has added powerful members to the stable, he often gets overpowered by Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. The Street Champion lost a title match against the American Nightmare in a steel cage on SmackDown's return to the USA Network last month. Solo was also pinned at Bad Blood by the OTC, which might have upset Rocky. Additionally, Solo Sikoa may have mistakenly leaked the secret that the Final Boss's return at Bad Blood was part of the plan. These series of blunders might enrage The Rock, who could misuse his power as a TKO board member and suspend Sikoa not only from the position of tribal chief, but also from WWE and crown himself, or, in his absence, Jacob Fatu, the tribal chief of the family. The Rock's comeback in the saga could lead to the Final Boss versus the original tribal chief at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, which was originally planned for this year's show. A report suggested that despite his shocking return at the Atlanta event, the Final Boss won't work WrestleMania 41 as his calendar is already too heavy. The Rock is more than just a name in WWE history. A global icon, he's been a cornerstone of the wrestling industry, transcending the squared circle to become a Hollywood megastar and an influential figure in pop culture. But what if, in a shocking twist, the beloved People's Champion were to return to WWE and misuse his power? What if The Rock, known for his integrity and charismatic appeal, used his influence to suspend a rising star in a controversial move? The mere suggestion of such an occurrence sends shockwaves through the WWE universe, but the drama would be too tantalizing to ignore. Let's dive into the speculative world of WWE and explore how The Rock, of all people, could misuse his power in a storyline that would shake the foundation of professional wrestling. Although Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has mostly stepped away from WWE, his ties to the company remain strong. He has returned sporadically for major events, most notably to electrify the audience at WrestleMania or to cut one of his legendary promos. His presence is always a major draw, injecting excitement into the WWE landscape whenever he steps back into the ring. But The Rock's power in WWE goes beyond just his ability to captivate an audience. As a WWE Hall of Famer and one of the biggest stars the company has ever produced, his influence behind the scenes is undeniable. In a storyline scenario where The Rock misuses this influence, it's essential to understand how he could even wield such power. Imagine a situation where WWE's on-screen authority figures, perhaps Adam Pearce or Triple H, announce that The Rock has been granted a temporary position as WWE Commissioner. This would put him in a position to make executive decisions regarding the roster, including suspensions, fines, and match bookings. This sit-up opens the door to a wide array of storytelling opportunities. But for the purpose of this shocking twist, we focus on a 31-year-old WWE star, someone on the rise and seemingly destined for greatness, being suddenly and unjustly suspended by The Rock. Before delving into the why of the suspension, we must first consider who the victim might be. At 31, there are several WWE superstars who could fit the bill. One prominent name that stands out is Austin Theory. He's young, brash, and has been positioned as one of WWE's rising stars. Despite his success, Theory's cocky persona could easily rub someone like The Rock the wrong way, especially if Theory takes verbal shots at the Great One in a promo. Imagine Theory mocking The Rock's Hollywood career, suggesting that Johnson abandoned WWE for fame and fortune or worse, claiming that Theory is the future of WWE and will surpass The Rock's legacy. Such a provocation could ignite a fierce rivalry between the two, with The Rock returning to teach the young kid a lesson. But instead of a match, The Rock, now in his position of power, decides to suspend Theory in a shocking abuse of authority. Alternatively, the suspended star could be Dominic Mysterio, another young talent with significant heat. Dominic, alongside the Judgment Day, has been a thorn in the side of many WWE veterans, and his antics might lead The Rock to intervene, possibly out of loyalty to his old friend Rey Mysterio, Dominic's father. In this scenario, The Rock could suspend Dominic not for any concrete violation, but simply because he views the younger Mysterio's attitude as disrespectful, echoing the ruthless corporate tactics of Vince McMahon from years past. The Rock misusing his power would undoubtedly be a dramatic departure from his typical persona. Known for being a fan favorite and standing up for justice, The Rock abusing his authority would be an unprecedented heel turn. But the reason behind this would need to be layered and compelling. Perhaps The Rock's suspension of a younger star stems from jealousy, a feeling that he's no longer the face of the WWE. While The Rock has largely focused on his Hollywood career, WWE has moved forward, crowning new champions and building new stars. The Rock might feel that his legacy is being overshadowed or disrespected by the younger generation, who view him as more of an actor than a wrestler. This insecurity could be heightened by verbal jabs or disrespectful behavior from the younger superstar, pushing The Rock to use his newfound power in WWE to reassert dominance. The story could also take a personal turn. Imagine The Rock holding a grudge against someone who reminds him of his past failures or shortcomings. For example, if a star like Austin Theory constantly reminds The Rock of his early struggles in WWE, it might trigger a defensive reaction. Rather than confronting Theory in a match, The Rock could take the more insidious route, using his power to suspend the younger star as a way of silencing him. Alternatively, The Rock's actions might stem from a misguided sense of justice. He could genuinely believe that the younger star, whether it's Theory, Dominic Mysterio, or someone else, doesn't respect the business enough. The Rock, being a third-generation wrestler, could see himself as a gatekeeper of tradition and legacy. In his mind, suspending the 31-year-old star might be the only way to ensure that the new generation of wrestlers earned their place in WWE the same way he had to. The suspension of a young WWE star by The Rock would send shockwaves through the WWE universe. Fans would be divided, some siding with the legend, while others cry foul, accusing The Rock of using his position unfairly. The star in question, let's say Austin Theory, would likely use social media and WWE programming to air his grievances, playing the role of a rebellious underdog who was wronged by a corporate figurehead. The storyline could then evolve in several ways. One possibility is that The Rock continues to wield his power, punishing other stars who he feels disrespect the business, effectively becoming a villainous authority figure. This would set up a clash between The Rock and another beloved figure, perhaps John Cena, Roman Reigns, or even Cody Rhodes, who would challenge him to restore order and fairness in WWE. Alternatively, The Rock could have a moment of self-reflection, realizing that he's become the very thing he once fought against, an overbearing authority figure. This moment of clarity could lead to a redemption arc, where The Rock seeks to atone for his misuse of power by giving the suspended star a chance at redemption in a high-stakes match.